shaping up to be one of the hottest days of the summer, and I'm going camping. It's gonna get up in maybe the high 30s, and well, people think I'm crazy, and I might be, but I have a plan. I'm gonna go try to catch some fish out on the Keswick, and then I'm going to go up to Howard Peak Lake and set up my tent in the shade, and then in the afternoon the north end of the lake should be shady, so I can go out there in my fishing float and spend the afternoon in the lake, and then it'll cool off in the evening there. Should be a good camping trip. It will be hot, but I've camped in the coldest day last winter. I went camping, so I'm going camping on the hottest day this summer. So we'll go up to Zealand, up to my usual trailhead, and head out. Take me about an hour and a half to get up to where I can fish. And if the fishing isn't any good, I'll head right on over to Howard Peak Lake and get set up. Hopefully I can get a few fish for supper. It's very hazy today. Some of it may be due to the warm weather, but I think most of it is forest fire smoke from the fires out west. We seem to be having a lot of fires. Alright, let's get this show going. Get out there and get cooled off. It's dropped quite a bit. appears to be a tree in my road. Well, we'll have to fix that. There's a little partridge. Too small to be a mother, I think. Oh, there you go. They're acting like a mother, though. Oh. There goes a timber doodle. Alright, we tried the fishing in there, but it wasn't much good, just little ones. Didn't even see any big fish. Oh well. We'll go on to Howard Peak Lake now. We'll go on to Howard Peak Lake and set up camp. Might have to spend the afternoon right in the lake. It's pretty warm. It sure does look different up in here now. But I suppose it'll all grow back. I camped here just about a year ago, right by the rock, and it was a nice shady spot. It was a hot day too. It should be a warm spot to camp today. Not to mention desolate looking. Up this road. This will take us over to the mill road if we go far enough, but it will also take us to Howard Peak Lake, which is where we're aiming to go today. Camp. There's another timber doodle. I didn't get him on camera. At the headwaters of the Keswick River. There's a little pool right here. I think I'll try the fishing there. I tried it down close to Fraggle Rock and they were just small ones, but I had to keep a couple of them because I hooked them too bad. But I'll try it here. There might be a bigger one in there. Alright, we'll carry on now to Howard Peak Lake. That's High Point up there. I'll have to camp up there
some night when it's nice and clear and not quite as hot, will be a nice night to camp up there. Even on a hot day, roads like this, all shaded like this, are nice and cool. That's what I'm counting on at Howard Peak Lake, to have a nice cool shady spot. Should be alright right next to the water. You can see the clear cut over at Fraggle Rock from here. This road, up until 2 or 3 years ago, you could take it right through to Fraggle Rock. I think there's beavers in here again. The brook is up, the water's up. Well, that's good. Wonder if I get a fish out of that. I don't think I'll bother trying right now. Yeah, the road used to go right through there, and there's another beaver pond down below that now, and then you come to Broken Bridge, and after that you come out to the clear cut there at Fraggle Rock. I used to travel it a lot, but I guess my traveling days are over up that way. Lake Road. Peak Lake, and it's nice and cool down here, down in this little bower. Not much room for a tent, but I think I'll put it right here. Those stumps don't really mean much. I've got a cot, so with the ground sheet, off there, bug, with the ground sheet, enough room for my tent there, my cot, should be all right. The only other place be right here, which is a possibility. Maybe that'd be better. Yeah, I think I will. took a bit of a break there before I set up the tent. Just sat back and looking at the lake, listening to the birds. There was a northern flicker and a blue jay I identified off my bird identification software. So I suppose I better set up camp. But it's nice here. Not too hot. There's a breeze coming off the lake, and that's, well, it's just about the right temperature. There's quite a wind up on the hill at times. Hopefully it'll die down so I can fly the drone later on, but just as well we have it right now while it's so hot out. I wouldn't want to be out in the sun, but it's nice right in here. As soon as we get a little bit of shade on the lake, I'll go fishing. camp's all set up. Didn't take very long. And now I think I'll just sit back here and for a couple hours maybe and wait for the temperature to cool off a little bit, and then I can go fishing. In the meantime, I can blow up my fish float, and I've got a couple of fish to clean there. I'll do that. Flies aren't too bad. There's a few around, but not really that bad at all. Maybe the breeze is keeping them away, or the heat. Anyway, she's looking good. Well, let's go see if we can catch a fish. The odd fish jumping out here. Maybe I should be fishing a fly. Beaver don't want me here. There he is over there. He thinks this is just his big private pond. Don't you? we'll go out to the road there. I know I can get some reception. I'll just check in with home. Well, I've checked in with home. Everything's good there. And I'm thinking of going back out fishing, but I'm a little hungry too, so I may just eat instead. It's been a hot day and it's just nice here now. Beautiful. I may just sit back and relax. All you can hear is a few flies buzzing around and the bird song. Beaver's making an awful fuss over there. I don't know if there's something bothering him. He keeps slapping his tail. I didn't hear anything else, so nothing else in the water that I can tell. Well, it's getting late there. It's a little after 10. Pretty much dark. I sat and listened to the bullfrogs and the beaver. Watched the lake there. It was a pretty nice evening. But it's time to go to bed. So, we'll see you in the morning. Well, I'm all cleaned up here, all packed up, ready to go. The site's all cleaned up here. As good as I found it, anyway. I don't know whose old seat that is. A little bit of fog rolling in on the lake there. Anyway, time to go. O'clock and 108 kilometers.